Welcome to the 433rd episode of Shakesyear. So today we're outside on the fire escape because it's a lovely day and it's September and we probably won't get to be outside a whole bunch more. So anyway, we are still working on Henry VI Part 1 and today we are in Act 1 Scene 2 and we get to hear from the character named Bastard of Orleans, which I feel kind of bad the dude doesn't actually get a name, but that's who he is. He's a nobleman who also happens to be a bastard and he's French. So yesterday we finished off Act 1, Scene 1, which, just to recap, Henry V is dead. Since he died, the French are trying to gain back all of the territory that Henry V won when he was alive and king. And Talbot is this British guy who's a great soldier, a great fighter, and he's been taken captive after being stabbed in the back with a spear. So now he's being held prisoner, and all the English noblemen are like, well, let's go fight and let's go get him back and all that sort of stuff. So now in Act 1, Scene 2, we are on the French side of things. We're right outside of Orleans, and the French team, I guess the French side, is like, okay, like, why haven't we beat back the English yet? Like, they don't have that many men, and they're not very strong, and they're all weaklings, and blah, 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 so let's go fight. And they go fight and they get beaten back and they're like, how can we not win against these guys? This is like, why do we keep getting beat by the English? This is not good. And then the Bastard of Orleans comes running in and he's like, where's Charles the Dauphin? Who, by the way, crowned himself King of France in this whole thing, presuming that he's going to win again. He's like, where's Charles the Dauphin? And the Dauphin says, hey, how you doing? And the Bastard says, methinks your looks are sad, your cheer appalled. Hath the late overthrow wrought this offense? Be not dismayed, succor is at hand. A holy maid hither with me I bring, which, by a vision sent to her from heaven, ordained is to raise this tedious siege, and drive the English forth the bounds of France. The spirit of deep prophecy she hath, exceeding the 9 sibyls of old Rome. What's past and what's to come she can descry. Shall I call her forth? Believe my words, for they are certain and unfallible. So yeah, the Bastard of Orleans introduces us to Joan of Arc, who gets to be a character in this play. I wonder, do we get to hear from her tomorrow? I think we get to hear from her. We get to hear from her at some point coming up. Yes, tomorrow we get to hear from Saint Joan herself. So yeah, this is a nice little historical bit where the Bastard of Orleans is now bringing Joan, who's had this vision that says that she's going to save France, and he is now introducing her to the French nobility so that she can go ahead and lead them to victory. And we all know how well that turned out, right? Right? Well, anyway, we get to see it unfold in this play. So I will see you tomorrow for more when we meet Saint Joan. Mwah.